Hanadie, reporting for Kids First. And today I had the pleasure of speaking with talented Finn Lee-Epp, a Canadian actor who has already left his mark as the voice of Ryder in the animated blockbuster PAW Patrol the Mighty Movie. At age 9, Finn embarked on his acting journey, making his big screen debut alongside acclaimed actors like Diane and Kevin Costner, and let him go. Finn is proficient in English and French, and aside from acting, he plays the piano, hockey, and baseball, and he loves skiing. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Okay, so I'm very excited to talk to you today. So, being a part of PAW Patrol the Mighty Movie must be an incredible adventure. Can you share some memorable moments or challenges you faced while bringing Ryder to life?
Yeah, so it being my first animated movie that I've ever done, there were a lot of things I didn't realize you had to do, just little things that I never thought about. So I would have to do these efforts where like I'd have to laugh or I'd have to like grunt if I'm like jumping over something in the movie. So it was really weird for me to like force my laugh, even though like it doesn't sound like it'd be difficult, but for me, I had so much trouble with it. So that was really, really interesting. And I never thought it'd be that difficult.
So there was like a bunch of extra things that you didn't even think about?
Yeah, the amount of like things I didn't realize, just is it's insane. And Bob and Cal, the director and writer, they helped guide me through the whole process. And there's things that like you have to be a lot more animated because they can only hear your voice. So it was really neat, and it was definitely a challenge.
Cool. So my next question is, the movie introduces the concept of mighty pups with superpowers. How did you approach portraying Ryder in this new empowered light?
I had to watch the movie and the show just to brush up on my knowledge of Paw Patrol. And going in, the director told me just you got to sound like Ryder, but I could bring my own take to it. So just making it my own over the course of the whole movie was really cool.
So like a little bit of research went into creating this character and like your own personal spin.
Yeah, it was. I just watched a lot of Paw Patrol leading up to it. To be honest,
I was in your position, I probably would do the same.
yeah.
So I hear that this is like a pretty cool story, but like, do you mind sharing with me your like how you found out you got the role?
I had one audition. It was just a couple sentences about myself, my name, all that stuff. So I submitted that. A little while later, I got my second audition, which was a scene from the script. So I read that out, submitted that, and then my third audition was in person. So I got to go in studio. I got to read all the lines and from a couple scenes, and I got to meet the crew. So that was really neat. Uh, and I did that. I went home. I didn't think much of it. And I was at school. I was eating lunch. And my dad texted me and he said, come outside right now. So I was worried. So I got outside. I got in the car. And both my parents were there. And my mom turned to me and she said, hello, Ryder. And I was so surprised. I was Ryder. It was crazy.
I would honestly love to find out that way. That's such a cool story.
Yeah, it's really funny.
So it was like this long and like drawn out process. So it kind of caught you off guard.
Yeah, I think it was 2.5 months leading up to when I got the part. So by the time I got the part, I kind of had almost forgot about all these auditions I had done. So it was so surprising.
I would be so excited. So my next question is, the film's voiceover ensemble includes industry greats such as Christian Bell and Chris Rock. What was it like working with such an accomplished cast?
Well, I had no idea who was in this movie with me until the cast got released. So in January, so I was working alone in the studio with the director and all those people. So once the cast got released, I was looking through on IMDb and I saw Chris Rock, Kim Kardashian, McKenna Grace, all these big stars that I'm in the movie with, and it was crazy. Even leading up to the Canadian premiere, when I got to meet all the Canadian actors, it was really strange because I hadn't met these people in my life, and I'm like sharing dialogue with them on the movie.
I can only imagine. That must be like such a crazy feeling of like, wow, you see all these big names and like you never get to meet them, but like you guys are somewhat in a way together.
I know it's so weird having these connections to people that I have never met in my life. Yeah.
I can only imagine. So my next question is, as someone who is bilingual in English and French, how did this influence your approach to your character? Sorry.
Well, there's little things like, especially because I'm Canadian, there's little intonations in my voice that I just had to change a teeny bit because I don't want to sound really, really Canadian in an international movie. So it was interesting. A lot of Canadians go like up at the end of their sentences, so I had to tone that down, or like a boot instead of about. There's lots of funny things that you don't realize until you actually have to change it.
That makes sense. So, without giving away any spoilers, do you have a favorite scene or moment from the film that you are particularly excited for the audience to see?
At the beginning of the movie, when the meteor first lands, I had to do a lot of like yelling, a lot of screaming. So that was really neat because it's like I'm in this like confined room, and it's like it seems like I'm going against the rules, like yelling and all that stuff. So it was really fun to record that.
Wow. So, this film carries a powerful message about teamwork and impact that even the smaller individuals can make. Why is this such an important message for the young viewers?
Well, I think No Job's Too Big, No Pup's Too Small definitely resonates with such a massive audience. Um, I mean, I really enjoyed the movie, and seeing this message is really neat because it shows no matter who you are or where you're from, all these things, you can always make a difference.
I think that's such a good message, especially to like younger kids, because sometimes when we're younger, we can often think that like, oh no, I can't do this. So I think that's personally such a good message.
Yeah, it's a really good message to spread, especially coming from Paw Patrol, which is this huge franchise.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me today about Paw Patrol, the mighty movie, which debuts on Blu-ray and DVD on December 12th, 2023. I'm Hanadie reporting for Kids First. Be sure to like, subscribe to our channel to stay informed about upcoming films. Thank you. Bye.